She used all that donated money in an irresponsible way. She would have her nasty friends over and gamble all night long while laughing and drinking and playing cards. There goes the children's bread for the week, so said Mrs. Mavilda, laughing with her friends every time she played a hand.
Oh, you.
We come from the mayor's.
I know. The mayor just called.
I'd better go now.
Can we go now? Here is your room. This is the only thing I can do for you.
This is just fine, ma'am. I can put that old mattress on the floor for the children, and we will be just fine.
Hold it! Don't think your children are going to have special treatment here. They're going to stay with the other children and under the same rules and regulations.
I'm sorry.
Come, children. Follow me. Another thing. You have to get up at 7, prepare breakfast, feed the children at 8, then clean and wash. Don't forget dinner at 6 so the children will be in bed by 7:30. I don't want to see any children out of their beds. This is going to be your bedroom. I want you to make sure you have your feet clean so you won't dirty the sheets. No clothes on the floor. No fights of any kind. I don't want to hear anybody crying around here. And most of all, no pillow fights. You understand? Because if you think that you're not going to be punished because you have your mother here, you're going to be mighty disappointed. You get the same treatment as them. Remember that. More children. That's just what I needed.
Want to hold my teddy bear?
No, Lily.
Oh, there you are.
Hold me, Mommy. Come here and see Mrs. Hopewell.
Where is she? I can't see her.
Over there, Mommy.
Where? Why are you guys giggling?
Mrs. Hopewell is a tree. That tree. She takes care of us.
When I'm scared, I think about her branches like arms holding me. Then it makes me feel better.
I wish I could read so I could read her a story from this old book that I found. I know she'd like it. I wish she could read stories to me.
Someday, Mrs. Hopewell is going to bring us a mom and a dad to take Licorice and us to a happy home.
Licorice? Now who's Licorice? I didn't know we had a dog.
Shh.
Oops.
I knew we should have never shown him to your mother. Adults are always the same, always ruining everything.
Now we have to do something for Mrs. Hopewell, too.
Let's make Mrs. Hopewell more fun to be around.
Judy! Come here right now! Let me tell you something here, girl. Nonsense. You may go now.
Ah, they really are getting along.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The children and I thank you from the bottom of our heart. Here goes the children's money again.
Mrs. Mavilda, I have good news. This year I've collected more money for the children's Christmas.
Thanks once again, Mr. Mayor. You have been very kind.
Don't mention it.
I've got to tell the children the good news. Oh, maybe if there's some money left over, I can convince Mrs. Mavilda to buy some red velvet. That way I can make some Christmas stockings to hang on the fireplace.
Red velvet?
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree?
It's a tree that's like Mrs. Hopewell.
Like her?
Yes, just like her, but not as tall.
Let's roll, kids! I'm feeling lucky tonight.
Santa Claus is everybody's grandpa.
Really? Mrs. Mavilda never told us that.
Well, it's true.
You lost, Mavilda. Let's have another hand.
I wish my little teddy bear had his other arm.
All or nothing.
Are you crazy?
Mavilda!
That's right, Mavilda. Now you're cooking with gas.
Now that I know all your wishes, I'm going to write Santa Claus a letter and send it.
To the North Pole?
believe I lost again.
Well, you beat me.
Well, Helen, dear? What do you think, Mavilda? No! No! No, 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 no! And now that you know, you better make sure you don't tell him a thing, or you and your children are out in the cold.
You're not going to be allowed to play outside anymore unless Mrs. Mavilda says so.
Why? Mrs. Hopewell isn't going to understand that. She's going to think we don't like her anymore.
Please, children, don't make it more difficult for me. I know how you feel.
She's starting to know too much. I have to get that woman out of here. I gotta get rid of her. But how? I know! What if I make that good girl into a bad one? Yeah! Let me call Mel for some help with this. Mel, I have a job for you.
What do you want?
Do as I say. Here's the plan. I want you to place something valuable in her purse while she's in your house. That shouldn't be too difficult for you with your fast fingers, should it, Mel? Oh, come on, Mel.
After that, what should I do?
Wait for an hour and then call the police. She'll automatically be thrown out of the house. That tree is still gonna cause me a lot of trouble. How soon can you come over and chop this tree down? Good! We'll see you after Christmas, then. Soon I'll have those children back under my rules, just like before. And a warm fire in my room with plenty of new wood. Mavilda, old girl. Sometimes I don't realize just how brilliant you are.
Poor Mrs. Hopewell. And there's nothing we could do to stop that mean witch.
So, that's what you think of me. I'll teach you how to stay behind doors listening to other people's conversations. Go to bed, right now.
You can't do that to my mother. You can't.
Shut up and do as I say.
But I'm hungry. We didn't have any dinner.
Listen here, you rascals. From now on, things are going to be different around here. You've been spoiled with that woman. But the good times are all over for you. No more Mrs. Kendall here, Mrs. Kendall there. I don't want to hear her name around here anymore. And for you, and you too, I'll make sure you get out of here too. Oh, yes. I forgot something. What is the name of your friend out there? Come on, tell me. I want to know your friend's name.
Why do you want to know if you're going to cut Mrs. Hopewell down?
Oh, I see. The little big mouth has already told you. I'm cutting her down for firewood.
Dude,
What about your mother? She's also in danger.
I don't worry about my mother because I know she can defend herself. Wait a minute. If Licorice is here, it's because he's hungry. And it's the same time he usually taps this window. That means it's 9 o'clock. If it's that late, the mayor has already gone home. And he won't be back until after Christmas.
Do you know where his house is?
No, I've never been there.
One time, I heard...
Santa, if you are listening, I want to change my wish. I don't have to get a new one for my teddy bear. Santa, I wish somehow you could save Mrs. Hopewell. What are you doing? I'm changing my Christmas wish. I'm asking Santa to save Mrs. Hopewell.
Santa's not gonna hear you. Nobody's gonna hear you. Miracles don't happen.
They're true. She says to look up in the stars because they are the messengers of Christmas wishes. Is that true? Can I change my wish too? Santa, you know that bike I wished for? Well, you can take it back. I think it's too late for our wishes to be changed.
You mean you don't think our star is going to make it on time?
Yes, it's no use. He knows where the North Pole lives.
He does?
See that sled out there? We can attach a rope to Licorice to pull it. Then we just let him go and he'll take us to the North Pole himself.
It's our only chance.
Mrs. Mavilda's coming. She's going to catch us out of bed.
Pappy, you gotta go now.
What? Go where?
To get help from Santa Claus.
Why me?
Why? No time for questions.
Oh, if I catch that dog in here, these kids will be really sorry.
Come on, old pal. Okay, I'm ready.
We got a bad accident here, ma'am.
Who's in there? You? It's me, Pappy. Don't be mad, Pappy. I just had to come.
Mrs. Mavilda didn't catch you?
Not when you go through the window.
Let's go, Licorice. Look, Lily. Look at that sign. North Pole ahead.
I guess we're on the right track, Pappy.
Let's go, Licorice.
Run, Licorice, run!
Lily, what are we gonna do?
Help me, Pappy, help me.
Lily, quick, take my hand. Lily's gone, Licorice. She's gone.
Oh, it's so good to be back home. I missed you all so much. Where's Lily and Pappy? What's the matter? Are you hiding something?
You're fired! I don't want to see your face another minute. Get out! Hello, Frank? Do you still have that electric chainsaw of yours?
Mommy! Mommy!
Get back into that house at once, or I'll thrash you one by one.
Please, mister, don't cut Mrs. Hopewell.
I'm sorry, children, but I have to do this job.
Okay, then, stay and watch. Come on, Frank, hurry up.
That does it. Come, children.
What do you think you're doing?
Nobody cuts Mrs. Hopewell until we talk to the mayor.
Get away from that tree, right now. Frank, turn on that machine and do the job.
But they're surrounding the tree.
Do as I say. Those fools will move away. Show them the saw.
Whatever you say, ma'am.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh, Mr. Mayor, we're so glad to see you. You couldn't have come at a better time.
Oh, the mayor?
Turn that thing off. I can't hear a thing.
I just want you to know that this wasn't my idea, Mr. Mayor.
What are you talking about? Can someone explain to me why all of you are out in the middle of this snow on Christmas Eve?
Mommy, Mommy!
But where's Lily? Where is she?
She's gone, Mommy.
Oh, God, what do you mean? Ray.
Tell me, son, what happened to Lily?
She fell from a cliff, Mommy, Daddy. All the way down. And I couldn't find her anymore.
My baby.
James, hurry! Tell the sheriff to get a rescue party going right away. We must find the little girl. Tell me, child, why did you do a crazy thing like that?
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, but we had to do something before Mrs. Mavilda cut down Mrs. Hopewell.
She's gonna become Mrs. Mavilda so mean.
Wait a second, one at a time. Why don't you explain all this to me, Mrs. Kindle?
Well, Mrs. Hopewell is this pine tree, a tree that has become important for the children. You know, Mr. Mayor, the children felt very lonely without a grown-up around to give them love and guide them through their difficult times. That's why they created an imaginary friend, making the tree Mrs. Hopewell someone they could talk to, someone who was always there to listen. When the children discovered that Mrs. Mavilda was going to cut down their friend, why, they had to think of something. Mrs. Hopewell is everything to them, their playground, their companion.
Wait a minute, hold it. What happened with the money that I've been donating? Why didn't Mavilda buy toys for them? And look at them. They look like they haven't had new clothes in years. What if the inspector were to come?
Well, Mr. Mayor, I think Mrs. Mavilda is the only one that can explain it to you.
Where is she?
She was around here a minute ago.
Mrs. Mavilda, wherever you are, I want you in my office first thing tomorrow. You have a lot to explain to me. You'd better be there.
Mr. Mayor, tell her not to cut Mrs. Hopewell.
Don't worry about that, little one. Your tree, Mrs. Hopewell is going to be all right.
That's what you think, children!
Seize that woman!
Stand back, you fool!
Oh, no!
What happened?
I don't know. She got struck by lightning.
What's that?
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everybody!
I'm so glad to see you.
I missed all of you, Mommy.
He missed you, too.
Look! Teddy's got a new arm. Look, Santa's leaving.
Peace be with you all. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ho, 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 ho.
Attention, everybody! This tree here, I declare it part of city property. Therefore, it will stay standing as long as it lives. I hereby proclaim this tree here, Mrs. Hopewell, our official city Christmas tree. And you, Judy, I offer you the job of being in charge of the orphanage. That is, if you care to accept.
Oh, Mr. Mayor,
Wait a minute. You can't take this job.
Oh, Ray, I'm the happiest person in the world. Please come with us. Let's have a good Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Well, I guess this town is going to have the best Christmas ever. The mayor got his town decorated, and Mrs. Mavilda, well, Mrs. Mavilda, she's going to be all right. Well, don't worry about Mrs. Mavilda. She's good now. Merry Christmas, everybody.